gente bella, how's it going? My name is Jeremy Serrano and I'm the creator behind La Comida de Jeremy. It's a platform where I share vegan recipes, artwork, activism, and so much more that I create up here in my crazy noggin. And today I'm doing one of my most requested videos ever, which is a tour of my art studio. I've been dying to do this. I'm kind of almost finished with what I've been wanting to make it look like. And so today I feel comfortable enough sharing it. So we're gonna go ahead and take a tour of every little nook and cranny up in here. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright, so first things first, we have my clay drawer. So you'll see that there's quite a bit of stuff, but basically I do it this way so that I don't lose anything. I'm mainly an illustrator, but I do like to make handmade goods, and when I want to make my stuff, I like to be able to just grab it in one drawer and not have to look for it. So I put literally everything that I use to make clay items in here. So I have things like my polymer clay, my air dry clay, a very big box of polymer clay that was quite expensive. I have silicone mats, which is amazing for resining, but also to bake the stuff in the oven. Over here I have a UV light for the resin. Always wear a mask when you're working with resin because it is super toxic. This is the UV resin that I use. I have a video coming out on how to make resin and clay pieces, so look out for that. But yeah, basically I like to make like ring holders and little trinkets out of clay. In the second drawer, you'll see that I have my rotary tool. This is what I use to sand down all of my clay pieces. Very handy. I highly recommend. I don't like the feeling of that gritty sandpaper. I use this so I don't have to feel that, and also it speeds up your process so much when you're making a large quantity. I always wear goggles when I'm sanding my pieces. And the last two things in here are my two paper cutters. I think this is called a guillotine, I don't know how you say it. This is to cut your prints or whatever you want to cut. It makes life so much easier, but also I suck at cutting, so I hate using it, but that's where I store them. And then the last two drawers just store extra boxes. So these are my rectangle boxes. I love these because they fit my prints perfectly. I normally don't do big prints, so I stick with like the 5x7s, 5x5s, and they fit perfectly in here with other items like my smaller clay pieces and like stickers and those kind of things. Also very good for shipping, comes out very affordable because it weighs like literally nothing. So next up in my space, you'll see that I have a corner where I add prints from all of these artists that I really love. I just wanted a little corner that I can add inspiration, so when I'm looking for a reference or need some inspiration or something cute to look at, I can just basically look at the corner and find things that inspire me and make me happy. These are artists that I truly love, so I'm grateful to have them in my own home, and I really want to expand this when I move, but for now, this is what I'm working with. Down here we have this very random little corner. I basically got this from the thrift store for like $5. It was so affordable. I was obsessed with it. I love wicker pieces, and the fact that it's a triangle, I thought that it would fit perfectly in this corner, and it technically does, but when my closet door opens, it hits it, so I didn't want to scratch my door anymore, so I ended up moving it closer to my desk. Really, I've just been throwing all of like my holiday cards. My mom sends me a ton of them, so I like to have them on hand for like birthdays and Christmas and all that stuff. I also have just like random stuff in here, like little bags and cookie cutters that I never used from the thrift store. My little gnome that you probably saw on Instagram recently, or my last YouTube video that my friend sent me from Germany. I am obsessed with this. It is so freaking cute. If you watch my videos, you may notice that this is the place that I sit at the most. It's my desk. I got this desk from a place called Bargain Hunt, and so I found this desk when I first moved to Memphis, Tennessee, almost like 4 years ago, and I was obsessed with it just because of the like wood looking style and then the metal legs, and I just thought it was very nice, minimal. I'm not like the most minimalistic person because I do love crazy things, as you guys can see. I do like to have pieces that are pretty minimal, so that way I can expand on my craziness on the outer exterior. So to give you a better angle and everyday look at what my desk typically looks like when I'm not shipping and just doing my everyday stuff, basically this is what I have on it. So I have my iPad here, which I use so much. I'm obsessed with my iPad. I also have my MacBook Pro that gets a lot of wear and tear. I edit all my videos and I use it for my website and my shipping and all that stuff, so it gets a lot of use. I freaking love this thing. So to hold up my laptop, I have this stand and it has 6 fans in it. So basically it attaches to your laptop with a mini USB cable and it prevents it from overheating. I edit a lot on my MacBook, and I can say that this thing gets so freaking hot and makes so much noise, so that thing definitely comes in handy. So on the left side of my desk, this is my Rollo thermal label printer. This thing is so freaking amazing. I have this little thing that I got from, I don't even remember. Basically, I just added this little message to remind me that this is my little office space and it makes me happy. And on the back, I added a little Ziploc bag to add all the letters and stuff. Next to that, I have this little mini notebook that I plan on using in the new year to sketch in. And so it's like a perfect size to just sketch. If you want to see what I put inside of it, make sure you become a patron because I'm going to be showing this only to my patrons. Right, and to the right of us, we have the more creative corner. So I like to have little trinkets and stuff around my office space. Give me inspiration. They're also super cute to have. Posca markers, scissors, ruler that I use on an everyday basis. I use this pencil to sign all of my prints. It is literally my favorite pencil. It's a Crayola one, which is not expensive at all, but it's literally one of the best pencils that I've ever discovered. This is one of the ring holders that I was telling you guys about. I kept this one because the resin didn't come out so nice. But here I have business cards from some of my favorite artists, just for like inspiration. I want to recreate my thank you cards and my business cards for 2021, so still deciding on that, but for now, I love these cards because they really are inspiring. This is also from one of my favorite artists, My Little Rug. I've had this ever since I lived in Connecticut. I got it from H&M online and I was obsessed with it. Back there, my Cricut cable, my thermal label printer cable, and also my extension cord cable. So the next thing that you'll see in my art studio is the main central focus, which is this gallery wall. Finally got to make this art studio. I was like, I want a gallery wall with just inspiration. It also works really great for art blocks, so when you don't have inspiration to draw anything, you can kind of just look at it and reference it, just like my little mini art corner over there. Basically, I wanted a place that had prints that I made myself, prints that I really, really adore from other creators, or places that I went to that I really love. So I won't spend too much time on this little storage unit because there is quite a bit to go through. But basically I got this from one of my followers here in Memphis for like $6. She was having a online garage sale because she was moving or something. And basically I needed exactly this. And so I first got this for my stickers and prints. And then I actually just ended up getting a new container system for my stickers. But now I wanted to store like my art supplies and also my prints in here. So this is my junk drawer. Basically you'll find my stamps in here. You'll find just like random stuff. We're not going to take a look at that too much. Then down here I have my planner that I got from Adam JK. He's one of my favorite freaking artists. Down here is my new art supplies that I'm going to be using for a video. So I'm making like 4 videos. I have things like my mini canvases that I got at a thrift store. Back here I got these coloring pencils that are new. I can't wait to use that. These brushes. I don't really paint, but I'm really excited to make some paintings. I have Posca markers. And here I have all of my pencils. Down in this drawer I have another stapler just to have on hand just in case my other one doesn't work. I got headphones. I love my AirPods, but these also come in handy just for the laptop and my iPad when I don't feel like wearing the AirPods. I also have my gouache paints in here. This is the one that I use for my clay pieces. So amazing, I love them and not that expensive on Amazon. In this drawer I have all of my prints and also my legal paperwork for my business and bank stuff. I have this folder that I got for sticker paper that is perfect for storing prints. So all my final copies go in here, and I just like to have final copies of everything just to remember how I printed it and how it looked. And in the last drawer I have things like my sketchbook. I love these XL Canson sketchbooks. They're multimedia, so it's nice to paint with or draw with pencil on. They're pretty amazing. I recently got this from the Container Store. I highly recommend it if you own a small business and you want to store smaller things. I saw that Lowe's also has something very similar to this. If you are interested, I am obsessed with it. It literally fit every single small item that I sell in my store. And so now that I have a better organization system, I can just go in here and pull them out when I'm shipping stuff, and it just makes my life so much easier. So next up we have the Cricut machine. I get a lot of questions on this. I do have a video on my channel already about it, unboxing it. I want to make a second video to kind of give you guys a review, how I use it, why it works for me. This is the Cricut Explore Air 2. I also like to outsource my stickers because places like Sticker Ninja have really, really good quality sticker paper. And when you make them at home, you could have great quality. However, these companies have perfected sticker making, and so the paper doesn't tear, it doesn't like wear, it doesn't fade, it's waterproof, it's great. And so I really just like to use it for making sticker sheets or cutting prints at home because it makes it so much more cost effective and also much easier to make them. Making sticker sheets is really, really expensive when you order them from companies, so I like to make them at home. But yeah, this thing works perfectly. I haven't really had any issues. I personally enjoy it, but for me, if you want to make stickers at home, maybe go with the Silhouette because I've seen that people have much more success with it. So next up, I'll talk about my printer really quickly. So I have the HP Envy Photo 7155. For the most part, my stickers and prints have come out nice. I don't know, I don't really recommend it, but I want to make a video on all the tech that I use and do a more in-depth talk about all my pieces that I use for my business. So look out for that. So next up down here, I have this storage unit. So I got this from a place called Dirt Cheap. It's a store that I had never been to, and when I went, I'm telling you, it was the messiest place and the messiest biggest store that I have ever gone to. Got this without being able to look inside the box, but it's basically a Target storage system, and the top looks like concrete and the bottom is white. These are definitely my colors. When it comes to furniture, I love neutrals. I want to say this was like $9. Like, it was so freaking cheap. But yeah, I store all of my pieces in here to make stuff. So let me go ahead and give you guys a breakdown really quickly. Okay, so in this first cube is my printing station, and it's literally what I use for all my stickers, prints, greeting cards, literally every piece of paper is in here. Down here is where I have my 5x7 matte photo paper. I am obsessed with matte paper. It's all I use. Down here I have my sticker paper. So this is glossy sticker paper, matte sticker paper. I have my matte photo paper that I use for my bigger prints. Down here I have things that I use to make like backing cards, and yeah, just like all of my photo paper and printing paper is in here. My Cricut mat is in here as well with my photo backdrop. So I use these when I'm taking photos of products to put them on my website or show them on Instagram. So down here I have all of my cardboard. So this is basically these tiny boxes that I didn't know if the USPS would take it, but they do. And so it fits my pins perfectly, but I was really scared to ship things in here because I thought it would get lost. But it made it to a couple of customers. So yeah, I have those for the new year. I also cut up all the boxes that I receive in the mail in 2 sizes that I can use for my prints to make sure that they don't bend. And if you ever get one of these, just make sure you recycle them. Sticking with the shipping stuff, I have all of my envelopes that I use for my shipping. So I have these that are 4x6. I pre-label them so I don't have to do them while I'm packaging orders. That's my P.O. box if you want to send me anything. I also have these bigger ones that I use for my greeting cards that I sell. Back here I have my poly mailers. They're mini ones that I use for like things like magnets or small pins. I also have these large ones that I need to restock on, so I have black and also these silver ones. I'm trying to move to more like recyclable materials, so I have things like these flat mailers from Eco Enclosed, these glassine bags, and I also have small ones that I use for stickers. So yeah, I have a shipping video coming, by the way, so look out for that. So I have this third and last one for shipping stuff. So I have tape, my do not bend stickers, my thank you stickers. I want to make my own in the new year, but for now this has been working. I use this blue and cream one for making art prints and painting on, so that way when you peel it off, your borders are nice and clear. Back here I have this paper that works great as like bubble wrap, and it's recyclable, which is great to have on hand. This weight I use for shipping. This makes your life so much easier when shipping stuff. Thank you cards. I don't like those anymore, so in the new year we'll have some new ones. My A7 envelopes that I use for the greeting cards. I have things like these little bags that I put prints and stuff to protect them. Tissue paper for wrapping stuff, and more tissue paper. And I also recycle like things that I get from other companies and people, so that way I can reuse them. So like bubble wrap that I don't buy, but I like to have it on hand for whenever I do ship things and recycle them. Our last cube is this one right here. So I have just like extra notebooks, sketchbooks. This is my little art container. So it has like literally a bunch of pens and pencils and paints and just all things that I use to create artwork with. And I just like to go in here and pick things randomly and then make something random for the day. It's another great tip I have if you have art block. Over here we have a bunch of tape. I use so much tape for my shipping and creating stuff. So I always have all kinds of tapes and hot glue and ribbons and stuff in there. And last thing is this amazing freaking book. I highly recommend it if you're working with companies or people for like commissions or doing big projects like books or I don't know, billboards and stuff. Make sure you get this. This book is amazing. It's gonna change your life so that people don't freaking pay you shit checks. This has really changed the game for me. The last 2 things in my office are basically this and also a space in my closet. So I store things that I get from other artists I like to use for shipping. So like flat mailers, which can be very pricey, and also poly mailers. They're just nice to have on hand to store them so that you can reuse them. And they're basically good to use again. So if you receive an order from me that has recycled flat mailers, that's why. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and taking a tour of my art studio. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you. It is because of you guys and everyone that has placed an order from my shop that has made me become a full-time artist, which I'm so grateful for. And this is where all the magic happens, and I'm so excited to be able to share it with you. If you guys are wanting something in life, this year is your year. Go get it. And I hope that this also shows you that if you need a space to create stuff, make it what you can. This is my bedroom, but I also turned it into my art studio, and it has really changed my life, so I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for supporting me. I can't wait for the new year to create new things right here in this space for you guys. It's always so mind-blowing to see how many orders I get, to see how many people want things that I create, and I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go make some new stuff. So I hope you guys will join me along this journey. Follow me on all my social medias to see the things that I create, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys around. Take care, y los quiero mucho. Ciao!